So in this video, I want to share with you 4 habits that I have done that have literally changed my life forever. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm a DJ and a record producer. I've literally got hundreds of millions of streams. I get to travel around the world. People pay me to DJ. I live a dream life in so many people's eyes, and I'm so grateful for that. And that's why I want to share that with people who watch this channel and share how I believe you can do it too if you follow these steps. So I've made a note on my phone. I've got 4 habits that I think I do, which if other people do, then I think their life can change too. So we'll start with number 1. It's a job. Now, what I mean by this, I'm sure lots of the people watching this have jobs, and before I got into this, I used to have loads of jobs that I hated. But the thing with a job is you have to get up in the morning, you have to set your alarm, and you've got to go there for a certain amount of hours or no one's going to pay you. And this is no different. If you worked at a supermarket, you'd have to get up, you'd go to work for 8 hours, and then they pay you at the end of the day. And you probably wouldn't really enjoy that job. But with this job, it's actually something that you enjoy. So let's take that 8 hours and let's amplify that even more, because you've got no excuse to only be working 8 hours, 5 hours a day when it's literally the dream job that you love. Now, what that means is if one of your friends calls you up and they said, "Oh, do you want to come out with us down to the cinema or whatever?" You have to say, "No, I can't. I'm working today." Even though no one's telling you you have to go to work, you've got to be the one who says, "No, I'm working today." You have to treat it like a job, and you're the boss, and you're a bit of an asshole. The other thing with having a job, even if you're feeling crap, you still have to go to work. Like, even if you wake up and you're like, "Oh, I'm so tired," you still got to go to work, otherwise you're going to lose the job. So this is no different. There's going to be days where you wake up and you don't want to make music, or you don't want to practice your DJing. And I have those days all the time. And it's so important that you create no matter what, because those days, every day is equal. Like, it's not just the days when you feel great that you can make good music. Like, you can make good music on the days when you feel really shit. And I know from experience, the most successful things I've made, they haven't always been on the days when I've been inspired. Like, I'll just try and create every day, because I know that if I have so many shots at creating something great, the odds of me creating something great are so much higher. So even if I've had 3 hours sleep and I'm sat on a plane feeling like shit, you'll still see me in Ableton creating. And I guarantee you, there's a few of my records that people know that have started life with me feeling like shit but creating anyway. Now, onto the second habit. And by the way, the last one, number 4, is probably the most important. So habit number 2, and I don't think enough people talk about this in the DJ producer world, prioritize feeling good. Now, my life is kind of crazy, and I appreciate most people's lives are kind of crazy. Like, a lot of the time, you haven't had enough chance to get as much sleep as you want to get. You haven't been eating as well as you should have been. But wherever you can, you need to take charge of that. So when I'm able to, I'll make sure that I can train in the gym every day, because I just know, like, it makes me feel strong mentally. It makes me feel good physically as well, but mentally, it's like, I know that if I go and lift some heavy weights, after I've done that hard thing, all the other hard things feel relatively easy. Stupid little things like make sure you drink enough water, it literally affects how powerful your brain is. And then the nature of my work means a lot of the time I don't get a lot of sleep, but I'll just try and overcompensate for that when I do get the chance. So I just try and get a really solid routine whenever I do get the chance. If I have a week with no shows, I'm going to be setting my alarm every morning, going to the gym at the same time, and then trying not to stay up too late. Eat good, train good, look after yourself, drink water. Easy stuff, but literally a life-changing habit. On to number 3, commit to a schedule of output. Now, what I mean by this, in fact, let me start with an example. So when I first taught myself to produce music, I used to just remix other people's tracks, because I was a DJ in nightclubs at the time, and I used to make remixes so that I could play them in my own sets. And then I started putting them on SoundCloud once I thought they were good enough. And to be honest, they probably weren't good enough, but a few of them people actually liked. And it got to a point where I was starting to build a name for myself. And I said to myself, I'm going to do one remix every week that goes out on SoundCloud. So I had this schedule that I decided on, and what that did is the consistency of that allowed people to learn my name, because there was always a new James Hype remix out, like every single week. It allowed me to improve my skills. It allowed me to get better at actually finishing things. And it allowed the rest of the world to know me and know my name and associate it with like new remixes. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do a remix a week, but I think if you do commit to a schedule, it's much easier than just sitting there saying, oh, I'll probably put this one out when it's finished. And these days, I think this should also apply to social media. So I think you should also have your kind of schedule for social media, like how many posts are you going to do a week? How many times are you going to make a new mix for YouTube or whatever? And if you can stick to those kind of things, then you are going to find yourself working more effectively. And I do think it's going to help with growth, because people are just going to be, let's face it, there's so many DJs out there making content. If you've got loads of it that people can dive into, loads of music, loads of mixes, loads of short form videos, then you're going to win. Now, this is number 4. This is the 4th habit, and I think this is the most important one. And I'll be honest, it's pretty broad, but what I believe is a really big factor. Do you live for it? Do you actually live for this shit? Like, if you live for this and you are willing to die by it, you can't lose, because you're just going to keep on learning, you're going to keep on evolving, you're going to keep on improving. And when I say live for it, I literally, like, I'm not trying to flex here. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any things I do. People always ask me in interviews, oh, what do you do to chill out? I make music, bro. What do you do to have fun? I make music. What do you do for an adventure? Fuck, I'll take a plane and go and DJ somewhere crazy. You know, like, this is the only thing that I believe in. Okay, there are some other things, like I like to work out. I like to hang out with my fiance, but they're all tied around this thing. This is my identity. This is my life. So if you're like, oh, I play football 3 times a week and then I'll do the DJ producer thing on a Tuesday night, I'll be honest, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it, because there's people doing it. There's people giving it 110%, and that they're going to get in the door way before you are. Before I taught myself to make music, I used to DJ every night of the week, but in the daytime, I was just messing around. Like, I used to hang out with my brother and we just watch TV and stuff like that. But as soon as I'd found making music, I was like, no, this is me. And I knew that if I just kept going at that, and if I was constantly improving and constantly evolving, that it was going to take me somewhere. And I still believe in 2026 that is true for everyone who's watching this. If you really live this shit and it's your identity, you can do it. If you like this video, I have a new Instagram page called James Hype Thoughts. My phone just fell on the floor. If you like this video, I have a new Instagram page called James Hype Thoughts, where I share short bits of advice like this whenever they come into my mind. So I'll see you on there.